Hello, everyone, and welcome back to our Easy English podcast. I'm Emma.
And I'm Jack. We're so happy you're here again.
Before we start today's topic, Jack, how was your weekend?
Oh, it was interesting, actually. I told myself I'll finish all my work by Sunday.
And?
I finished by Sunday night, 11:58 p.m.
That still counts.
Technically, yes.
And look, you already used today's key word, by.
Oh, wow, that was not planned.
Sometimes the best examples are natural.
What about you? What did you do?
I visited my cousin from Friday to Sunday.
Ah, another key word, from.
Exactly. Today's episode is about 3 very common but very confusing words. By, until, from.
These words look simple,
Very simple.
but learners mix them all the time.
Yes, and when you mix them, the meaning completely changes.
So today we will make everything clear,
Slowly, step by step.
with real-life examples.
And simple explanations.
If you're ready to finally understand these 3 words,
Make sure you like the video.
subscribe to the channel.
And now, let's begin. Let's start with by.
This one is very important.
Yes, and very powerful. The easiest way to understand by is this. By means before or not later than a deadline.
Deadline.
Yes, a final time limit. For example, I will finish my homework by 6 p.m.
That means 6 p.m. is the latest time.
Exactly. Maybe you finish at 4 p.m., maybe at 5:30 p.m., maybe at 5:59 p.m., but not after 6 p.m.
So by gives us a limit.
Correct. Let's make it more real. Your boss says, send me the report by Monday.
So Monday is the deadline.
Yes, you can send it Saturday, you can send it Sunday, you can send it Monday morning, but not Tuesday.
If you send it Tuesday, you're late.
Exactly. Now, let's compare with something different. Imagine I say, I will study until 6 p.m.
That sounds different already.
Very different. Until means something continues up to that time.
So if you study until 6 p.m., you stop at 6.
Yes, the action continues and stops at that time. But if I say, I will finish my homework by 6 p.m., that doesn't mean I'm working until 6 p.m.
You might finish earlier.
Exactly. This is the biggest difference. By equals deadline, until equals continuous action.
Let's slow down and make it clear with 2 sentences. I will wait until 8 p.m. I will arrive by 8 p.m. The first one means you were waiting the whole time.
Yes, the second one means I will arrive before 8 p.m.
Completely different meaning.
Yes, and this is why learners get confused. Now let's talk about from. This one feels easier.
Yes, because from usually shows a starting point.
For example, I work from 9 a.m.
Starting time.
Exactly. Or the shop is open from Monday to Friday.
Start Monday, end Friday.
Perfect. Now let's combine from and until. I work from 9 a.m. until 5 p.m.
That's complete information.
Yes, from gives the start, until gives the ending.
Clear and beautiful.
Now let's try something interesting. Can I say, I will finish the project from Friday?
No, that sounds wrong.
Correct, because from shows starting point, not deadline.
So if I want to talk about deadline, I must use by.
Exactly. Let's practice with daily life. Imagine your teacher says, submit your assignment by Friday. What does that mean?
Friday is the deadline.
Good. Now imagine your teacher says, work on this project from Monday until Friday.
That means start Monday and continue every day until Friday.
Perfect. Now let's talk about a very common mistake. Many learners say, I will wait by 6 p.m.
That sounds strange.
Because wait is a continuous action, so we say, I will wait until 6 p.m.
Because you're waiting during that time.
Exactly. Now another example. Wrong, I will finish this until 6 p.m.
That sounds incorrect.
Correct sentence, I will finish this by 6 p.m.
Because finishing is about deadline.
Yes. Let's make it even clearer. Think of it like this. If the action continues, use until. If it's a deadline, use by. If it's a starting point, use from.
3 simple rules.
Very simple. Now let's make a small conversation. When will you arrive?
I'll be there by 7 p.m.
Good. How long will you stay?
I'll stay until midnight.
Perfect. When did you start preparing?
I started preparing last week.
Almost correct.
Oh?
Better to say, I started preparing last week, or I have been preparing since last week.
Ah, so sometimes from is not needed.
Exactly. In English, we don't always use from like in other languages. Now let's do something fun. Imagine it's your birthday party. You tell your friends, come by 6 p.m.
So 6 p.m. is the latest arrival time.
Yes. Then you say, the party will go on until 11 p.m.
The party continues until 11.
Exactly. Then you say, the party is from 6 p.m. to 11 p.m.
Now that sounds complete.
Yes, start and end. Before we go deeper in the next part, let's quickly review. By, deadline. Until, continues up to a time. From, starting point.
Simple. Now we'll make it more challenging.
Exactly. We already understand the basic idea of by, until, and from.
Now let's go deeper.
Because understanding the rule is one thing.
Using it confidently is another.
Let's start with something very common. Deadlines at work. Your manager says, I need this report by 3 p.m. What does that mean?
3 p.m. is the latest possible time.
Yes, you can submit it at 1 p.m., you can submit it at 2:45 p.m., you can submit it at 2:59 p.m., but not 3:01 p.m.
So by always has pressure.
Yes, it feels like pressure. Deadline pressure. Now imagine a different sentence. I'll be in the office until 3 p.m.
That feels relaxed.
Less. It means I am there, and at 3 p.m. I leave.
The action continues up to that time.
Exactly. Now let's compare two sentences carefully. I'll call you by 8 p.m. I'll call you until 8 p.m.
The second one sounds strange.
Very strange, because call is not a continuous action for hours.
You don't call someone for 4 hours usually.
Exactly. So we say, I'll call you by 8 p.m. because it's about finishing the action before a deadline. Now let's talk about waiting again. I'll wait by 8 p.m.
Wrong.
Correct version?
I'll wait until 8 p.m.
Perfect, because waiting is continuous. Now let's introduce something slightly more advanced. Sometimes by does not mean time.
Oh, interesting.
Yes. For example, I go to work by bus.
That's transportation.
Correct. Or the book was written by her.
That's the person who did the action.
Exactly. But today we focus mainly on time. Still, it's important to know that by has other meanings too. Now let's talk about from in more detail. Many learners say, I am working from 2 hours.
Ah, that's a common mistake.
Yes. In English, we don't say that. We say, I have been working for 2 hours, or I have been working since 2 p.m.
So, from doesn't work the same way as in some other languages.
Exactly. We use from mostly with clear start and end information. For example, the store is open from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m.
Start and finish clearly shown.
Yes. Now let's combine all three in one situation. Imagine you're planning a meeting. You say, the meeting is from 2 p.m. to 4 p.m.
That shows the full time period.
Then you say, please arrive by 1:55 p.m.
Deadline before the meeting starts.
And during the meeting, someone says, I'll stay until the end.
Continuous action.
Perfect. Now let's do correction practice, but naturally. I'll say a sentence, and you correct it properly, with explanation. Ready?
Ready.
I will finish this until tomorrow.
Wrong. It should be, I will finish this by tomorrow, because finishing is about a deadline.
Excellent. Next one. I will study by 10 p.m.
That sounds incomplete,
Yes. Why?
because it doesn't show duration clearly.
Right. It depends on meaning. If you mean you will finish studying before 10 p.m., then it's correct. But if you mean you will continue studying and stop at 10 p.m., then you say, I will study until 10 p.m.
So meaning decides the word.
Exactly. Now let's talk about emotional meaning. Sometimes until feels longer. For example, I waited until midnight.
That sounds dramatic.
Yes, because it shows long waiting. But if I say, I'll text you by midnight,
That sounds like a promise.
exactly. Now, something important. By is often used in future promises. I'll send it by tomorrow. I'll finish by next week. I'll be there by 5.
It's very common in professional English.
Yes, if you work in an office, you will hear by every day. Now let's talk about from in past tense. I worked there from 2015 to 2020.
Clear timeline.
Yes, but we don't say, I worked there until 2020 to 2015.
That makes no sense.
Exactly. Order is important. From comes first, then to, or sometimes from Monday until Friday.
So until can replace to in some cases.
Yes, especially when emphasizing the end. Now let's compare these two. I lived there from 2010 to 2015. I lived there until 2015.
The second sentence doesn't show start time.
Correct. It only shows when it ended. So until focuses on the end. From focuses on the beginning.
Nice difference.
Now imagine you're telling your friend, I'll stay here until you arrive.
That means I stay continuously.
Yes, but if you say, I'll arrive by 6.
That's deadline again.
Exactly. Let's create a mini story. Yesterday, I started working from 8 a.m. I worked until 4 p.m. My boss asked me to finish a report by 5 p.m. I completed it by 4:45 p.m.
Perfect use of all three.
Yes, start time from, ending time until, deadline by. Now here's something tricky. Can I say the shop is open by 9 a.m. to 5 p.m.?
No.
Correct version?
The shop is open from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m.
Exactly. Another mistake learners make, I'll be here from 5 p.m.
That sounds incomplete.
Yes, it needs an ending. I'll be here from 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. Or I'll be here until 8 p.m.
Depending on what you want to show.
Correct. Now, I want you to imagine something. You're talking to your teacher. You say, I promise I'll submit my assignment by Friday. That shows responsibility. But if you say, I'll work on it until Friday, that means you continue working, maybe you finish Friday.
Different focus again.
Exactly. Before we move to the next part, I want you to ask yourself 3 questions whenever you speak. 1. Am I talking about a deadline? Use by. 2. Am I talking about continuous action until a time? Use until. 3. Am I talking about a starting point? Use from.
3 simple thinking steps.
Yes, and if you train your brain like this, you won't panic while speaking.
Because now you understand meaning, not just grammar.
Yes, because grammar is easy when we read rules.
But when we speak fast, our brain gets confused.
Exactly. So now we'll practice like real life. No slow thinking, no long pauses, just natural conversation. Imagine this situation. You're texting your friend. You write, I'll be there until 7 p.m. What does that mean?
That means you are already there and you will leave at 7.
Good. Now imagine you write, I'll be there by 7.
That means you are not there yet, but you promise to arrive before 7.
Perfect. See how one small word changes everything?
Yes, completely different meaning.
Now let's try something slightly tricky. Your boss says, I need this done by tomorrow. You reply, I'll work on it until tomorrow.
That sounds like maybe you won't finish tomorrow.
Exactly. Work on it until tomorrow means you continue working, but maybe it's not finished. But done by tomorrow means it must be completed before the deadline.
So sometimes using the wrong word can create misunderstanding.
Yes, especially in professional English. Now let's do correction practice, but in conversation style. When will you send the email?
I'll send it until 6 p.m.
Stop.
Oh, no.
Correct it.
I'll send it by 6 p.m.
Good. Why?
Because sending is a completed action. It has a deadline.
Exactly. Now my turn to make a mistake. I'll wait by you come.
That sounds very wrong.
Fix it.
I'll wait until you come.
Perfect, because waiting continues up to a point. Now let's talk about something emotional. Imagine someone says, I loved her from 2018 until 2022.
That sounds like a full relationship timeline.
Yes, start and end. But if someone says, I loved her until 2022,
We don't know when it started.
correct. And if someone says, I'll call her by 8 p.m.,
That's just a deadline promise.
exactly. Different emotional feeling. Now let's try daily life examples. Example 1. The restaurant is open from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m.
Clear opening hours.
Example 2. You must leave by 10 p.m.
Deadline rule.
Example 3. We danced until 3 a.m.
Continuous action.
Perfect. Now I want to introduce something important. Sometimes learners mix by and until with negative sentences. For example, I won't finish this until tomorrow.
That sounds correct.
Yes, it means I will not finish today. The finishing happens tomorrow. But if I say, I won't finish this by tomorrow,
That means you cannot meet the deadline.
exactly. So negative sentences change meaning strongly.
Let's compare carefully. I'll finish it by tomorrow. I won't finish it by tomorrow.
The first means success, the second means failure.
Very important difference.
Now with until. I won't leave until you apologize.
That sounds strong.
Yes, it means leaving depends on apology. Until often shows condition.
Now let's mix all 3 in one real story.
Last week, I worked from Monday until Friday. My boss asked me to complete a project by Friday evening. I stayed in the office until 8 p.m. to make sure I finished it by the deadline.
That sounds like a stressful week.
Yes, but grammar was perfect.
At least something was perfect. Now imagine this conversation. Friend, when will you arrive? You, I'll be there by 9.
Friend, how long will you stay? You, until midnight. Friend, when did the event start? You, from 6 p.m.
That last one sounds wrong.
Exactly. Better to say it started at 6 p.m. or it started from 6 p.m. is sometimes used informally, but at is better.
So from cannot always replace other prepositions.
Yes, that's why listening practice is important. Now let's talk about exams. Teacher says you must submit your paper by Friday. Student says, I studied until 2 a.m. last night.
Both correct.
Yes, but if the student says, I studied by 2 a.m.,
That sounds incomplete.
yes, it doesn't clearly show meaning. Better, I studied until 2 a.m. Now something advanced. Sometimes by can mean before a certain amount of time. For example, I'll finish this by next week. That doesn't mean exactly next week. It means before or sometime during next week.
Flexible deadline.
Yes. Let's do quick fire practice. I say a situation, you choose the correct word. Situation 1. You promise to send a message before 5 p.m.
By.
Correct. Situation 2. You continue working and stop at 5 p.m.
Until.
Correct. Situation 3. You show when something begins.
From.
Perfect. Now I want you, the listener, to think. If you say, I'll be home by 6, does it mean you are at home now?
No, it means you will arrive before 6.
Good. If you say, I'll be home until 6,
You are already home and will leave at 6.
exactly. Small words, big meaning. Now let's fix 3 common wrong sentences learners say. Wrong 1. I'll meet you until 5. Correct?
Correct. I'll meet you by 5, or I'll stay with you until 5.
Yes, meeting is one action, staying is continuous. Wrong 2. I work until Monday to Friday.
Wrong order. Correct. I work from Monday to Friday.
Perfect.
Wrong. I'll finish this from tomorrow.
Wrong. Correct. I'll finish this by tomorrow. Or I'll start this from tomorrow.
Excellent. Now we are almost experts.
Almost.
All right, now let's make everything simple.
Yes, no confusion, no stress. Because honestly, by, until, and from are not difficult.
They only feel difficult when we translate.
Exactly. So now we stop translating and start thinking in meaning. Let's build a final clear picture in your mind. When you hear by, think deadline, before a specific time, finish point. When you hear until, think continuous action, stop at that time, duration. When you hear from, think starting point, beginning of something.
3 simple ideas.
Yes, if you remember only this, you will already improve. Now, let's imagine a full real-life day using all 3 naturally. I worked from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m.
Starting point to ending point.
At 4 p.m., my boss said, please send the email by 5 p.m.
Deadline pressure again.
I kept working until 5 p.m.
Continuous action until that time.
And I sent the email by 4:55 p.m.
Success before deadline.
See? All 3 working together naturally. Now let's talk about something important. Sometimes learners ask, can we use till instead of until?
Yes, right?
Yes, till and until mean the same thing in everyday English. For example, I'll wait till 6 p.m. I'll wait until 6 p.m. Both correct.
So till is more informal.
Exactly. Now let's fix some final common mistakes clearly. Mistake 1. I'll call you until 7. Wrong.
Wrong. Correct. I'll call you by 7 because calling is one action. Mistake 2. I stayed by midnight. Wrong.
Correct. I stayed until midnight because staying is continuous. Mistake 3. The office is open until Monday to Friday. Wrong.
Correct. The office is open from Monday to Friday because that shows start and end days.
Now, I want you to imagine you're in an interview. The interviewer asks, when can you complete this project? If you say, I'll complete it until Friday,
That sounds strange.
yes, it sounds like you'll keep working but maybe not finish. Better, I'll complete it by Friday. Professional, clear, confident.
That small change makes you sound fluent.
Exactly. Now let's compare two emotional sentences. I waited until you came. That shows patience. But I'll arrive by 8. That shows responsibility.
Different feeling.
Yes, that's why prepositions are powerful. Before we finish, let's do one final thinking exercise. I'll say a situation, you decide the correct word in your mind. Ready?
Ready.
Situation 1. You promise your friend you will arrive before 6 p.m. Answer?
By.
Correct. Situation 2. You are already at the party and you will leave at 11 p.m.
Until.
Correct. Situation 3. You want to show when your vacation starts.
From.
Exactly. Now, here is your memory trick. By equals before. Until equals up to. From equals beginning.
Short, simple, clear.
Yes, and remember something very important.
Fluency is not about knowing thousands of words,
It's about understanding small words deeply.
because small words connect everything.
Exactly. So today we learned how to use by for deadlines, how to use until for continuous actions, how to use from for starting points, how to avoid common mistakes, how to sound natural in real conversation.
And how to stop translating.
Yes, when you think meaning first, grammar becomes easy. Now it's your turn. In the comments, write 3 sentences. 1 sentence using by, 2 sentence using until, 3 sentence using from.
Practice makes permanent.
Exactly. If this episode helped you understand these confusing words, don't forget to like the video.
And subscribe for more easy English lessons.
We upload simple, clear, real-life English practice regularly.
And we read your comments.
Yes, we do. Thank you for spending your time learning with us today. Keep practicing, keep speaking.
And remember, small improvements every day lead to big confidence. See you in the next episode.
Bye, everyone.